Resonance and just we started yesterday, boys. Okay. So resonance. What is resonance? Resonance is nothing but a single molecule exists in more than one structure. A single molecule exists in more than one structure without changing their positions, without changing their sigma bonds, but changing of their pi bonds and or lone pairs. The concept is called as resonance, and those structures are called as resonating structures. Now see here, what is resonance? Existence of a molecule in more than one structure. Existence of a molecule in more than one structure without changing position of atoms and sigma bonds, but changing of pi bonds or and lone pairs is called resonance. And the structures are called resonating structures, resonance structures, or canonical structures, or contributing structures. So this is very, very, very important, boys. A single molecule exists in two or more structures. Why, sir? Why this one is required? A single molecule, single structure cannot explain all the properties of that molecule. So in that case, this resonance is applied to explain those properties which are not explained with a single structure. Okay, so that is why resonance concept is required. Okay, let us take an example. See here, boys, from now onwards, canonical structures, CES shortcut term is used, boys. Canonical structures or resonance structures, RS I am using as a shortcut. Either these two words are used, boys. Okay, see here, benzene. So it is, boys, here every corner is carbon connected with hydrogen. Okay, so 3 pi bonds are there. These pi bonds may be interchanged. Position of those pi bonds are changed, boys. Now see here those pi bonds positions are changed. So now this is also we are trying to represent like this. All these are called as resonance structures or contributing structures, boys, or canonical structures. So these are different structures here. So all carbon atoms positions are not changed. Hydrogen atoms positions are not changed. But pi bonds are changed here. Pi bonds and pi bonds, or pi bonds are lone pairs and lone pairs. All those are possible, boys. So this is resonance structures. These two structures were given by Kekulé. That is, these are called as Kekulé structures. These three structures were given by Dewar. So these are called as Dewar structures. Kekulé structures, Dewar structures, boys. Okay, so combination of all these five structures gives, all these resonance structures combination gives a new structure, boys. So that is called as, so all these five structures combination gives a new structure, which is I am representing like this. Okay, sometimes pi bond here, sometimes pi bond here, sometimes here. That means those lone pairs are migrated like this, not at constant position, not at constant position. That means, so these pi bonds are not at low constant position, boys. That is why these pi bonds are called as delocalized pi bonds. So those pi bonds are called as, see here. So all these pi bonds. So this I'm here. So this is combination of all these structures, boys. It is simply I'm trying to write like this. A circle within the ring end. So this is benzene total, boys. What is this dotted circle or thick circle? This circle is nothing but 3 pi bonds. Where those are located? So not at one place. That's why those are rotated. Those are replaced. Dislocated, boys. Dislocated. That means that's why these 3 pi bonds here. 3 pi bonds are called as delocalized pi bonds, because those pi bonds are not fixed at one position. Delocalized pi bonds. How many delocalized pi bonds? 3 pi bonds. Each pi bond has 2 electrons in it. Therefore, total 6 electrons are delocalized electrons. Total 6 electrons are delocalized electrons. Those electrons which are participating in delocalization are called as delocalized electrons. So those are called as, so here 3 pi bonds, each pi bond has 2 electrons, total 6 electrons. These 6 electrons are considered as delocalized electrons. Okay. Now, which is called as resonance hybrid. Which is called as resonance hybrid. Okay. So this resonance hybrid has low energy than canonical structures. Okay. So this resonance hybrid has low energy than canonical structures. That means these canonical structures, something more energy than that of this resonance hybrid, boys. Okay. All these canonical structures may not have same energy. If those are identical, if those resonance structures are identical, having same energy, but those structures are not identical, energy is not same. Energy is not. See here, these two structures are identical. These two structures have same energy. These three structures are identical. These three structures have same energy. But all these 5 energy structures have not same energy. But more than that of this energy. More than that of this one. Okay. So that is why resonance energy. What is that resonance energy? During the process of resonance, guys, resonance, the symbol is double-headed aurora. So during the process of resonance, okay, because of this, so pi bonds are interchanged, lone pairs are interchanged automatically. So the molecule losses some energy. That energy is called as resonance energy. During resonance, molecule losses energy. That energy is called as resonance energy. So that means resonance energy is nothing but releasing energy. That releasing energy is always, because that is released energy, always exothermic. That is why delta H is always negative. So lower energy minus higher energy. So for example, boys, so among these four structures, so this one has, these two structures have same energy. So these two structures have same energy. So energy, let us take A, B, So energy of A is equal to energy of B. These are C, D, E. So energy of C is equal to energy of D is equal to energy of E. Okay, but this energy is less than that of this one. That's why these structures are more stable than these structures. These structures are more stable than these structures. Now, in this resonance hybrids, these structures contribution is there. These three structures contribution is there. That means this resonance structures contains these three structures, these two structures, these three structures. But in this structure, these two structures 80%, these two structures 20%. That means all these resonance structures, all these canonical structures, not equally involved in the resonance hybrid voice. The sharing is not equal. So more stable resonance structures gives more percentage in the resonance hybrid, and the less stable structures have less percentage. That means the involvement, the percentage of these canonical structures in resonance hybrid not equal, may not be equal. Sometimes may be equal, sometimes may not be equal. If those structures are identical, automatically all these are involved equally. Equal contribution is there. If the structures are not equal, unequal contribution is there. Unequal. See here it is 80%, it is 20%. That means mostly we are discussing benzene structure is like this, not like this. But these are also available, but just 20%. That is a 20%. Okay. So the amount of energy released during the course of energy during resonance is called as resonance energy. So resonance energy explains the stability of the molecule wise. So stability of the molecule is directly proportional to resonance energy. Stability of the molecule is directly proportional to resonance energy. If those are ring molecules, resonance energy per ring is used. The stability of the molecules, so it's directly proportional to resonance energy per ring. Sir, what is resonance energy? Resonance energy is nothing but resonance energy is equal to, okay, least canonical structure energy, least stable canonical. That means very least energical canonical structure, energy of least energy canonical structure, energy of least. For see here, boys. For example, I'm having see here there is a molecule. It has three canonical structures. Why all these three are canonical structures? Okay. So these three canonical structures may be same or different. That's why. So here energy order is A greater than B greater than C. Energy order is A greater than B greater than C, because all canonical structures may not have same energy bus. Okay, A greater than B greater than C. Now resonance energy is equal to least energy. This is C minus A. That should be negative. So that means less energy minus high energy. No doubt it should be negative. So therefore delta H should be negative. Therefore it is exothermic process. It is exothermic. Okay, let us observe. So this resonance energy is directly proportional to stability of the molecule wise. So let us take some examples towards the stability of these molecules. See here. So molecule, resonance energy per ring. Resonance energy per ring. Boys, first one, benzene. It has one ring end. This is the structure of benzene. It's a resonance energy. Boys, I'm giving these values in kilocalorie per mole. Kilocalorie per mole. Kilocalorie per mole. See here, 36 kilocalorie per mole. Only one ring is there. Therefore, resonance energy per ring 36 by 1, which is equal to 36. Okay. Next, second one, naphthalene. Naphthalene. It has two benzene rings, boys. These two rings are fused. It is naphthalene. Its resonance energy is 61 kilocalorie per mole. Now, resonance energy per mole per ring 61 by 2, 30.5. 35. Next, anthracene. It has three benzene rings, boys. Three rings are going to be fused. Okay. Now, resonance energy is 84. 84. Now, a resonance energy per ring is 84 by 3. 84 by 3, that is 28. 28. Now, fourth one, phenanthracene. Phenanthracene. The structure is like this. Two benzene rings. Third ring is here. This is phenanthracene, boys. Okay, please keep in mind. These are observed values, boys. These are observed values. Okay, this is phenanthracene. This phenanthracene has 92 kilocalorie per mole. 92 kilocalorie per mole. Therefore, so ring per ring, 92 by 3. 92 by 3. That is almost 30.6 is the answer. 30.6. Okay, boys. As the number of rings increase, resonance energy also increases. See here. As the number of rings increases, resonance energy increases. But not resonance energy per ring. But not resonance energy per ring. Therefore, so resonance energy per ring is directly proportional to stability of the molecule. That is why among all these molecules, which one is more stable, boys? Which one is more stable? Is phenanthracene or benzene? Yes, benzene is more stable. So therefore, the order of stability, boys. See here. I'm writing here. Therefore, the order of stability. The order of stability is benzene greater than. See here, boys. It is 30.5. It is also 30.6. Almost these two values are same. Therefore, this one and this one almost equally stable. So benzene greater than naphthalene is almost all equal to phenanthracene, which is greater than anthracene. Which is greater than anthracene. This is the order of stability of these molecules. That means stability of the molecules is explained on the basis of this resonance, boys. So in this case, benzene and something benzene derivatives, benzene-like compounds, the stabilities are explained with the help of this resonance, boys. Okay, like this, resonance is very, very helpful. Now, so sometimes resonance structures are equivalent structures or non-equivalent structures. In case of equivalent structures, charge is equally distributed. If in case of non-equal distribution, charge is not equally distributed. See here, let us observe. See here, boys, I'm giving CH3, C double bond O, CH2 with lone pair negative. It is one of the structures, boys, one of the compounds. It is a carbon ion. Now, this lone paired electrons moving here. This oxygen has two lone pairs, boys. This pi bond is moving here. Because of this, resonance is developed. That is CH3, CO. So already two bonds, because that pi bond is migrated, converts into one lone pair and gets negative charge. This is a CH double bond CH. C double bond CH2, boys. These are the resonance structures, boys. Both these resonance structures are equivalent or non-equivalent. See here. Here carbon gets negative charge. Here oxygen gets negative charge. So both carbon and oxygen are not same. That's why these resonance structures are not equivalent, non-equivalent. Okay. So these are here these two resonance structures are not equal. That's why their stability is something more difficult. The different stability was. Later we will explain which one is more stable, which one is less stable. For example, I'm taking a carbonate ion, C double bond O. So this has negative charge. So C double bond O, this has negative charge. It is carbonate, CO3 2 minus ion, carbonate ion. So it is involved in resonance like this. So this pi lone pair here, this pi bond, boys, this oxygen also has two lone pairs. Okay, that gives C single bond. So converts into 3 lone pairs, gets negative charge, double bond O with the 2 lone pairs, and single bond O with 3 lone pairs gets negative charge. Now it is once again resonance. See here, this pi bond is here, and just a minute. This pi bond is lone pair is here. This pi bond is here. Okay. Now see, with the lone pairs, 3 lone pairs with negative charge. This converts into oxygen with pi bonds. This converts into oxygen with 3 lone pairs. This is the condition, boys. Boys, all these structures are equivalent because in every time negative charge is at oxygen atom side. Negative. That means all these resonance structures are equivalent. That means the charge is distributed, boys. See here, I'm writing here. So the resonance hybrid is like this. So CH3, C single bond, CH2, boys. So this oxygen already lone pair. So now, so sometimes negative charge here, sometimes negative charge here. That is a negative charge is distributed throughout this side. Throughout that. That's why this is negative charge. This is the resonance hybrid. That is the resonance hybrid. Okay. So that means unequal contribution is there in this. Unequal contribution is there. But these resonance structures I am writing like this. So see here, carbon, 3 single bonds. That means a pi bond is not, 2 pi bonds are there, boys. Those are not located at one point. That means one pi bond. See here, every pi bond. So delocalized, boys. That's why sometimes pi bond here, here, here. So charge, boys. So no one gets always. It has a 2/3, minus 2/3. It has a minus 2/3. It has a minus 2/3. That is charge is distributed, boys. So 2/3 overall minus 2 is the charge. Overall minus 2 is the charge. So that means these 3 are equivalent resonance structures. Those 2 are non-equivalent resonance structures. Non-equivalent resonance. So sometimes this one I'm writing like this and CH3, CO, CH2. This one gets minus 1/2 charge. This one gets minus 1/2 charge. Both these are acceptable. Both those are acceptable, boys. So this is about resonance. Now, sir, when resonance is possible? What are the conditions for resonance? You are writing your own way. So how to write? Where in those compounds resonance is there or not there? How to recognize that resonance concept? Now, what are the conditions for resonance? Let us discuss conditions for resonance, boys. When resonance is possible, when resonance is not possible. Okay. So now, conditions for resonance. Requirements for resonance, boys. That is conditions for resonance. Conditions for resonance. Very, very, very important. Listen carefully, boys. These are very, very important. Okay, first one. So, if a molecule trying to involve in resonance, that molecule must has planarity. That is the first condition for resonance, boys. Molecule must be planar. So that means first condition is the molecule must be planar. That means planarity is required. Planarity. That is all atoms which are involved in resonance must be in the same plane. So same plane. All atoms must be in the same plane which are involved in resonance. See here. So benzene, boys. Benzene. Okay, here. So carbons there are 6 carbons. All these 6 carbons are in sp2 hybridization, boys. sp2 hybridization is a trigonal planar structure, planar. So all carbons are in sp2. Okay, every carbon has one hydrogen. All those hydrogens are all also in the same plane. Okay, next, these are the pi bonds. Here, all carbons are in same plane. Therefore, it is planar molecule. Therefore, resonance possible and may be possible. It is the first condition, boys. Resonance is possible. But so cyclooctatetraene. Cyclooctatetraene. That is this one. Cyclooctane, octane. These are tetraene, boys. Cyclooctatetraene. It is, boys, it seems to be planar, but it is not a planar molecule. It has boat-like structure. So it has boat-like. It is non-planar, boys. Please keep in mind. Non-planar. It seems to be like this. That is, this is the structure. Here pi bonds, here pi bonds, here pi bonds, here pi bonds. Okay. So that is, it is a non-planar. It seems to be like this. So that means these pi bonds are those orbitals which are not in the same plane. So here, no resonance is possible. No resonance is possible. Vacant orbitals or pi bonds are not in the same plane. So here, vacant orbitals are not in same plane. So therefore, no resonance is possible. So here resonance is possible. Here no resonance. That means. So that is. Please keep in mind. It is a totally by-hearting concept, boys. So please keep in mind. This molecule has no planarity, even though it seems to be planar. Please. That's why I'm taking that example. Okay. So that means sp2 hybridized carbons generally planar, boys. sp2 hybridized carbons generally. If all carbons are sp2, no doubt that should be planar, but this is exception. This is exception. Okay, so therefore it is not planar. So that means planarity is the first condition to exhibit resonance. So that is not sufficient, but it is the most required one. Next condition, right, to explain, to exhibit resonance. So what is that next condition? That is conjugation. That is very, very important. Second most important condition is these two conditions must require to explain, to exhibit a molecule in resonance. So second condition is that is conjugation, boys. What is this conjugation? Conjugation is very, very important. So these two conditions must required for a molecule exhibiting resonance. So second condition is conjugation. Conjugation. Okay, what is this conjugation, sir? Alternative pi bonds or something else. So see here, when, so before going to give the statement, I will give an example, boys. Conjugation. Conjugation is nothing but, for example, there are 4 carbons, boys. So all are in sp2, 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 sp2. All are in sp2. That's why all these carbons are in planar. So first condition holds good. Conjugation. So 2 pi bonds separated with a single bond. Double bonds separated with a single bond. Okay, that is called as conjugation. So here 2 pi bonds separated by 1 sigma bond. That is 2 double bonds, 2 pi bonds separated by, this is called conjugation. This is called. So in place of 1 pi bond, lone pair may also accepted, boys. Okay. So for example, see here, C double bond C, chlorine. This chlorine has lone pair, boys. So this is pi bond, this is lone pair separated with a single bond. Okay. So now, so boys, any atom which is bonded with sp2 hybridized carbon, that element also in sp2. Sometimes see here pi bonds and lone pair are in conjugation. Pi bond and lone pair are in conjugation. Here 2 pi bonds are in conjugation. Here 2 pi bonds are in conjugation. That conjugation is required. What is conjugation? When there are alternative double bonds that is pi bonds, boys. That is pi bond. Double bonds means there we consider only pi bond. Alternative type pi bonds or sometimes lone pairs. So pi bonds or lone pairs. Sometimes we are using lone pairs also. Okay. So then the condition is called as, so then it is a conjugation. That is a conjugation. So alternatives of pi bonds or alternatives pi bond and lone pair. So depending on situation, different conjugations are there. So do you have any doubts based on this conjugation? What is conjugation? So there is alternative pi bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, pi bond, single bond. Okay. So see here, let us take this as an example. Boys, is this conjugation exists or not exists? Tell me yes or no. Is this molecule conjugated molecule or not? No, only. No conjugation, because here pi bond separated with 2 sigma bonds. What we expected, 1 sigma bond between 2 pi bonds is expected, but here 2 sigma bonds, and it is not conjugation. It is not conjugation. Okay. Yes, double bonds, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. That type of alternative single bond, double bond, alternative single bond, double bond. So whenever pi bond is there lone pair is also acceptable. Lone pair also acceptable. Based on that concept, different types of conjugations are available. Based on that concept, different types of conjugations are there. So see here, types of conjugation. Types of conjugation. Types of conjugation. So this conjugation must needed to explain resonance concept. Any molecule which exhibit resonance, so that must be in conjugation, that must be planar. Okay. So types of conjugation. See here, boys. One, C double bond C, C double bond Cn. So here, pi bond and pi bond are in conjugation. Pi conjugation. It is called as a pi conjugation. Okay. Next, second one, C double bond C. I'm taking here NaH to that. Nitrogen has lone pair, boys. So this pi bond and this lone pair are separated with a single bond. This is pi bond lone pair conjugation. This is pi bond lone pair conjugation. Next, third one. So C double bond C, carbon with positive charge, boys. This positively charged carbon also in sp2 hybridization. That means all are in planar. Here also a cation involved in resonance, boys. So this is empty orbital. So this carbon has empty orbital, boys. Empty orbital. Empty orbital. Therefore here, so this pi bond and this empty orbital are in conjugation. So pi bonds and empty orbital. So this empty orbital may be p orbital or d orbital. That this empty orbital may be in some cases p orbitals or some cases d orbitals are accepted. If p orbital, so pi p empty p orbital conjugation. If d orbital is there, pi and empty d orbitals are in conjugation. Okay, so depending on the which orbital involved in empty condition, that is so sigma, that is pi bond and empty p orbital or pi bond or empty d orbitals, different types of hybridization conjugations are acceptable. Here, this is also called as pi and cation combination. Both these are acceptable. So pi and positive charge or pi and empty p orbital or d orbital. So sometimes empty orbital conjugation is possible. Empty orbital conjugation is possible. Next, fourth one. That is, I'm taking C double bond C, C like this, carbon with lone pair, which is negative one. Boys, actually carbon ion is in sp3 hybridization, but when it is bonded with sp2 carbon, that carbon is also in sp2. Okay, this lone pair and this pi bond. So this lone pair, see here. So this because of this lone pair, this negative charge, this gets negative lone pair, boys. So therefore, these two are in conjugation. These two are separated with a single bond. Therefore, this is called as pi and lone pair. That too, not lone pair in particular, it is a negative charge. Pi and negative charge conjugation, boys. Pi and negative charge conjugation. Next, fifth one, that is C double bond C, carbon with unpaired electron. This unpaired electron also involved in conjugation, boys. This unpaired electron, sir, how, sir? See here, I am representing this electron, this pi bond, two electrons. So this electron and this electron is involved in resonance. That gives C double bond C with this electron as empty. That is unpaired electron, boys. Okay, this type of conjugation is possible. This is called as so pi bond and unpaired electron. Pi bond and unpaired electron conjugation is possible. Pi bond and unpaired electron is possible. Okay, so here atoms positions are not changed. Sigma bonds are not changed, but only pi bonds, lone pairs are changed. So that is conjugation. So if a molecule having these two conditions, what are those two conditions? One, planarity, and the second one is conjugation. One planarity and the second one is conjugation. So if these two conditions are accepted, the molecule exhibits resonance. Okay. So therefore, for resonance, requirements are one, planarity, and the second one is conjugation. So these two are required, boys. So if a molecule is planar and having conjugation, automatically that exhibit resonance. So this is resonance, boys. So did you understand the concept? When a molecule involved in resonance, when a molecule not involved in resonance, all these conditions are accepted. So all these conditions, this is the conjugation, boys. Let us observe some examples. If you understand, I will give some examples, boys. So is there any doubt up to now? So let us observe some examples. Later, maybe your doubts may be clarified. Okay, see here. Let us observe some examples. Boys, my question is, identify the type of conjugation in the following molecules. In the following. Identify the type of conjugation in the following. So my question is like this. Try yourself, boys. Tell me. Boys, please tell me the conditions. So what type of conjugation is here? What type of conjugation? First you observe two double bonds, two pi bonds separated by only one sigma bond. Only one sigma bond is conjugation. In all other cases, that is not conjugation. Here, this is double bond, this is double bond. This is one sigma bond. This is another sigma bond, boys. So therefore, so it has no conjugation because these two are separated with two sigma bonds. No conjugation. Now, what type of conjugation? Is this sigma sigma? Sorry, pi pi or pi lone pair or pi cation or something else? Tell me. Yes, here pi pi conjugation is possible. So these two pi bonds are separated with only one sigma bond. Now here, yes, pi pi. So this pi bond are separated with one sigma bond. Pi pi conjugation is there. Pi pi conjugation is there. So whenever conjugation is accepted, their resonance is possible, boys. See here. Now here, yes, pi bonds and lone pair. So lone pair. It is possible. Good, good. What type of conjugation is here? What type of conjugation is here? Yes, pi bond not separated with any sigma bond any. So no conjugation. No conjugation. Next, what about this? What about this? See here, boys. Please see here. Pi bond, sigma bond, pi bond. So that means pi pi conjugation is possible. At the same time, pi bond, lone pair. These two are also separated with a sigma bond, boys. So pi bond, lone pair conjugation is also there. Both these are acceptable. Yes, pi bond, negative. Negative, lone pair negative. That negative also possible. Pi bond negative also accepted. Okay. Now, what about this? So pi pi conjugation, pi pi conjugation, pi bond negative conjugation. Pi bond negative conjugation or pi, whenever negative charge is there, their lone pair also exists, boys. So both are same. Therefore, pi bond and lone pair. So lone pair is neglected because negative charge is there. So don't consider that lone pair. That is taken as negative charge, boys. So not consider lone pair. Okay, pi bond and negative charge is accepted. Next, what about this? Here no negative charge. Yes, two pi bonds, pi pi and pi bond and lone pair. Pi bond, lone pair, both these are accepted. Next here, so pi bonds are possible and pi pi conjugation is possible. Pi pi conjugation, but this positive charge and this negative charge, these two are separated with a single bond. Please be conscious, boys. This nitrogen has no empty orbital. No empty orbital. If empty orbital is there, that cation is considered as conjugation. No empty orbital is there. Therefore, no pi plus conjugation. Very, very important because of absence of empty orbital, boys. So whenever positive charge is there, empty orbital is required. Here, no empty orbital is possible because see here, NH3. It is NH3. This lone pair is donated to this H plus ion. Now this one gets positive charge, boys. That means all the orbitals are filled here. Just like this, here also all orbitals are filled. No empty orbital is there. No empty orbital is there. So because this is donated to this one, that's why this nitrogen loses electron. That's why it is considered lone pair, positive charge. Okay. So therefore, please keep in mind, even the positive charge is in conjugation, so that has no d orbital, no empty orbital. Therefore, no conjugation is available. Similarly, here also, boys. Here also, pi bond and lone pair. Whenever NH3, NR3 are there with positive charge, no empty orbital. Therefore, no conjugation. No conjugation. Both cases. Next, what about ninth one? What about ninth one? Yes, this pi bond and lone pair. So pi bond lone pair conjugation is possible. So boys, did you catch the concept? Did you catch the concept? Which type of conjugation is there? Which type of conjugation is not there? So whenever conjugation is possible, not possible. Okay. Let us observe some more examples. There are some more examples. This boron has hydrogen bonds. Okay. So 11th one, 12th one. 12th one. 13th one. That is CH2 double bond CH, C triple bond CH. Okay. C triple bond CH. Next. CH2 double bond CH, OCH3 and OCH3. Next. Try yourself. What type of conjugation? See here, boys. Boron. 3 sigma bonds. See here. I'm explaining. Boron. Atomic number 5. Atomic number 5 ante 2s2, 2p1 is the outermost electronic configuration. 2px1, 2py0, 2pz0. So now this electron is migrated from here to here. These 3 unpaired electrons gives these 3 orbitals sp2 and these 3 gives 3 sigma bonds. Now boron has empty p orbital. Now boron has empty p orbital. This boron is in sp2 hybridization, boys. This has empty p orbital. Even though no positive charge is available. Even though no positive charge is available. Now, this pi bond and this empty orbital is in conjugation. Therefore, what type? Pi bond and empty p orbital conjugation is possible. Pi bond and empty p orbital conjugation is possible. Guys, did you understand the concept? Whenever empty orbital is there, that is also involved in conjugation. So, is this concept clear? So, here this pi bond and boys, these 2 pi bonds are not in conjugation. See here. These 2 pi bonds are not in conjugation. Okay. Now here, these 2 pi bonds are in conjugation. These 2 are involved in conjugation. Therefore, here pi bond conjugation is there. Pi bond conjugation. And also boron has empty orbital. Boron has empty orbital. So pi bond and empty p orbital conjugation is also accepted. Pi bond and empty p orbital conjugation is there. Next, here it is pi bond, boys. Pi bond. Here, see here, 2 pi bonds are present, but only 1 pi bond involved in conjugation. So therefore, so this pi bond and this pi bond, even though 2 pi bonds, twice 1 sigma bond, 2 pi bonds. So 2 pi bonds are there, only 1 pi bond is involved in conjugation. Here, pi bond conjugation is possible. Next here, this pi bond and lone pair. Here, so out of 2 lone pairs, only 1 lone pair in conjugation. Only out of 2 lone pairs, only 1 lone pair in conjugation. So therefore, here pi bond lone pair conjugation is possible. Pi bond lone pair conjugation. Next, see here. Yes, Lena. Now, what about this? So even though lone pair is there, on nitrogen, it is not involved in conjugation. Wise, these 3 pi bonds are sufficient. So whenever three pi bonds are in conjugation, so this is not involved, boys, even though there exists. Therefore, only pi conjugation is possible, but not pi lone pair. Please keep in mind. Only pi conjugation is there, but not pi and lone parent. Pi and lone pair. Okay. So very important. So is there any doubt for identification of conjugation, type of conjugation and conjugation wise? If d orbital is empty, that is the pi and d orbital conjugation. If p orbital is empty, pi and p orbital, empty p orbital is in conjugation. Please keep in mind. So whenever d orbitals are possible, whenever last one. Okay, see here, boys. See here, this pi bond is migrated here. This pi bond migrated here. This pi bond migrated here. That means all these pi bonds are sufficient. No need of this lone pair. No need of this lone pair to involve in resonance. That's why lone pair not involved in resonance. Lone pair not involved in resonance. So pi bonds are sufficient. That's why lone pair is not involved. Okay. So this is about resonance side. That means if planarity and this conjugation both are exist, the molecule exhibit resonance. The molecule exhibit resonance. Now my question is, so there is one more question, boys. See here. Which of the following has 6 conjugated electrons? Which of the following has 6 conjugated electrons? This is my question, boys. Our examples. This is first one. This is second one. Second one. Third one. Tell me, boys. First of all, how many conjugated sites are there? How many conjugated sites are there? So this is conjugated site. This is conjugated site. This is conjugated site. Therefore, 3 conjugated positions, boys. So this contains 3 conjugated positions. First condition. So this one are conjugated positions. 3 conjugated positions are there. Now, see here. So these 2 are in conjugation. These 2 are in conjugation. Overall, all these 3 are in conjugation. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Total 6 conjugated electrons. So all these 6 conjugated electrons are possible. Next, here also. This one separated with a single bond. Here also, so 6 conjugated electrons. 6 conjugated electrons is possible. Okay. Now here, tell me, is this 6 or 8? Tell me, just like in previous case. Yes, 6. These 2 electrons are not involved in conjugation. So therefore, these are not involved in conjugation. Only these are involved. 6 electrons are possible. So there are also 6 electrons. Okay. Yes. Next, boys, tell me, what about this? This oxygen has lone pair. Okay. So this is. First, tell me what type of conjugations are possible, which is called as furan. Furan. Here, oxygen bonded with sp2 carbon, sp2 carbons. So therefore, This carbon oxygen is in sp2 position, boys. This oxygen is in sp2 hybridized. Now, so here pi bond, sigma bond, pi bond. Therefore, pi conjugation is possible. Next, pi bond, sigma bond, lone pair. This lone pair, pi bond, lone pair conjugation is there. Next, this lone pair not in conjugation. This lone pair not in conjugation, only this one involved in the conjugation. Therefore, 6 conjugated electrons. 6 conjugated electrons, not 8 any. Only 6 conjugated electrons. So this is the way we will discuss conjugation, boys. Is there any doubt up to now? Is there any doubt up to now? Now, how to discuss which structure is more stable, which structure is not less stable. So now we are going to compare stability of resonance structures. So now comparison of stability of resonance structures. Comparison of stability of resonance. Which resonance structure is more stable than others? Very important, boys. Very important. Which structure is more stable, which structure is less stable, how to identify, how to recognize the stability of these resonance molecules. So canonical structures. Okay, see here, boys, I'm giving 4 rules. All these rules you must follow sequentially. Okay, see here, the following rules. The following rules have to be applied in sequence. It is very important. You must follow order it. So sequence rule, we must follow the same order. So expert to identify the stability of these resonance structures. First one, rule number 1. Rule number 1. First, check the number of pi bonds. Check the number of pi bonds. Okay. Next, the resonance structure having more pi bonds is more stable. It is first condition, boys. Which resonance structure is more stable? More pi bonds, more stable. Okay. See here, let us observe the examples. So example 1. Boys, these two are resonance structures. This one gets positive charge, this one gets negative charge. Okay. So among these two, which one is more stable? These two are resonance, no doubt at all. These two are in resonance structures, boys. Okay. So 1, 2. Among these 1 and 2, which one is more stable? Tell me. So it contains 2 pi bonds. It contains only 1 pi bond. Even though resonance structures, this is more stable than this one. Okay. Therefore, stability order. So this one is more stable than that. More pi bonds, more resonance structures. Second one, second example. R, C, double bond O with lone pairs, boys. This carbon gets positive charge. Next, R, C, triple bond O. This oxygen gets positive charge. Oxygen gets positive charge. Okay. These are the two resonance structures, boys. These are the two resonance structures. See here, this pi bond is here like this going on. So this structure, these two are in resonance. So among this is one structure, this is two structures. So here in one structure only one pi bond is there. In second structure two pi bonds are there. So two pi bonds. That is this structure is more stable than this one end. Therefore, 2 greater than 1 end. The stability is 2 greater than 1. So more pi bonds, more resonance structures. Sorry, more pi bonds in resonance structures. So those are more stable. It is first rule end. First rule. Next, second rule. Boys, did you catch the concept? So if more number of resonance structures are there, the resonance structure which has more number of pi bonds is more stable. If that is not happen, go for rule 2. Second rule end. Rule 2. If first rule is failed to identify stability, then go for second. Otherwise, don't use second rule. Okay. So neutral resonance structure is more stable than neutral resonance structure is more stable than charged one. Is more stable than charged one because charge separation causes instability. Because charge separation causes instability. Okay. So this is the second rule, boys. So let us observe examples. Example 1. Oxygen has lone pair. Now this lone pair is shifted like this. This one shifted to this carbon. Now, so this is in resonance with like this. Oxygen H. This oxygen, this lone pair is coming here. This one gets negative charge. So this oxygen loses electrons. This one gets positive charge. Among 1 and 2, which one is more stable? 1 or 2? 1 or 2. It is a charged resonance structure. It is without charge. So therefore, 1 is more stable than 2. 1 is more stable than 2. So that is more stable than this one. Now, one more example, guys. One more example. That is I am taking NaH2. Nitrogen has lone pair, boys. Okay. This pi bond is shifted like this. This pi bond to this carbon. So now this is in resonance with like this. This pi bond is not changed, their positions. So there is a double bond character with the nitrogen NaH2. This nitrogen gets positive charge. This oxygen gets negative charge. And now 1, 2 structures. Which one is more stable? Which one is more stable? 1 or 2? Yes, 1. This is more stable than this one. It is chargeless, it is charged one. So this is 1 greater than 2. 1 greater than 2. Okay, like this, boys. So charge structures without charge, both are compared. No charge molecule is more stable. It is second rule. If first rule is failed, apply second. If 1 and 2 rules are failed, then go for third one. Then go for third one. That is rule number 3. That is check the position of charge. Check the position of charge. That means either positive charge, negative charge. Where that is located. Check the position of charge. Next, negative charge at more electronegative element, that is more stable. Positive charge at less electronegative elements, in that situation it is more stable. So if positive charge is there, that is at low electronegative element. If negative charge is there, that is at high electronegative element. So those conditions are stable. Opposite conditions are unstable. Opposite conditions are unstable. Let us observe with examples. See here. R N C triple bond C O R N C triple bond C O. This nitrogen has a negative charge. This oxygen has positive charge. Okay. This is migrated like this. Just a minute. If the structure is, I'm representing like this, R, N, triple bond C, O. This one gets negative charge. This one gets positive charge. Tell me, boys, among these two structures, here negative charge, among electronegativity of oxygen greater than nitrogen, boys. Electronegativity of oxygen greater than nitrogen. That means oxygen has negative charge, nitrogen has positive charge, is the stablest condition. Oxygen has negative charge, nitrogen has positive charge. More electronegative element has more negative charge. See here, it is oxygen has negative charge, nitrogen has positive charge. That's why it is more stable. Therefore, 2 is more stable than 1. 2 is more stable than 1. Next, one more example. It is negative charge, boys. Now this lone pair is here, this pi bond is here. So that converts into like this. Oxygen gets negative charge and it is a pi bond, boys. Okay, tell me, among these two structures, which is more stable? Here carbon negative charge, here there oxygen negative charge. Among carbon and oxygen is more electronegative. More electronegative element gets negative charge, is more stable. Therefore, this is 2 is more stable than 1. 2 is more stable than 1. So first, what is rule number 1? First rule, more pi bonds, more stable. That rule is failed. What about the second one? What is that second one? Tell me, what is that second one? Yes, charge separation. Next, third one, more negative charge element must gets negative charge. Next, fourth one, rule number 4. Rule number 4. What is that? Unlike charges close to each other should be close to each other, and like charges should be distinct, more stable. That condition is more stable, opposite condition is less stable, boys. Okay, let us observe the example. Example 1. What about this? See here. Okay. So now it is like this. It is here running. It is in resonance with like this. These two. Tell me, boys. This is first structure. This is second structure. Among these two structures, which one is more stable? Unlike charges, that is positive and negative. These are nearer to each other. These two are far away from each other. Unlike charges should be close to each other is more stable end. Yes, 1 is greater than 2. The stability of 1 is more than that of 2. Stability of 1 is more than that of 2. Okay, so please consider like this. So these are sequence rules, boys. These are the rules to explain which one is more stable, which one is next. You should apply sequentially. You should apply sequentially. Okay, so boys, is there any doubts about this identification of stability rules? Okay. Okay, next. This resonance concept is helpful to decide the bond lengths. Applications and applications of resonance. Applications of resonance. Applications of resonance. Boys, so resonance helps to identify, to explain bond lengths. To explain bond lengths. So let us take an example, peculiar example, boys. I'm taking. So this is that example. This is okay. So it is a 2 negative anion, boys. It is a dianion. I'm taking, not exactly the name of the molecule. It is just a dianion. Now what happened here? What type of resonance? So see here, pi bond and negative charge. These two are in resonance. These two are in resonance. Okay, pi bond and pi bond are in resonance. Pi bond and pi bond are in resonance. So therefore, pi resonance, pi bond negative charge resonance. All these are possible, boys. All these are possible. See here, I'm writing this one is here. Okay. Now this one is here. This one is here. Okay. Now what about the structure? This is like this. This is double bond O. Next, this is negative charge. This pi bond migrated to here. This oxygen gets negative charge. This is double bond O. Okay. Now, so this is migrated here. This one to here. Okay. So now this is migrated to here. This is migrated to here. This one to here. This one to here. Next. So what about the structures? This is double bonded O. This is double bonded O. So this is O minus. This is pi bond. This one gets negative charge. Okay. Like this, number of resonance structures are possible. Because of this, so whenever these bonds are, that means every oxygen, every carbon are in resonance, boys. Therefore, all bond lengths between carbon and oxygen are same. Carbon and oxygen, all bond lengths are same because of this. Between carbon and carbon, bond lengths are also same. Therefore, in this case, here all CC bond lengths are same and all CO bond lengths are also same, but now these are equal to this one end. So CO is different, CC is different end. So due to resonance, all CC bond lengths and all CO bond lengths are of same length. Okay, so due to resonance, this is very, very important. That means resonance gives equality in bond lengths because of resonance. Okay, this is about resonance. So what is resonance? Where it is available? What is resonance energy? How to calculate? Now, because of resonance, my dear boy, no doubt, everywhere resonance is. I'm writing just 3 structures. Some more structures are also possible. That's why I'm giving dashed lines. Some more structures. You should try. Okay, because of that resonance structures, CC bond lengths everywhere. Pi bond is not like always fixed. Pi bond not fixed here. Pi bond not fixed here. That means delocalized pi end. And also these pi bonds are also not fixed between these two objects. These two objects may be converted into a double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. That means CO bond length, sometimes double bond, sometimes single bond, not fixed anywhere. Therefore, CO bond length is same for all cases. Every CO bond, maybe double bond, maybe single bond. That is alternatively flipping this takes place because of this resonance. So C single bond C, C double bond C. That means always the concept is rotated voice. So that is why this pi bond and these pi bonds are delocalized. Okay. So because of this, so all CC bond lengths and all CO bond lengths are identical. All CC bond lengths and all CO bond lengths are identical. It is very, very, very important. It is very, very important. Okay. So this is about resonance. So tomorrow we will start this resonance effect and mesomeric effect. Both are same voice. I will explain tomorrow, boys. Right now, I'm stopping this concept here. Thank you.